Dr. Shulkin, Mr. Secretary, I think you guys probably know where I'm coming from on this. I'm a big fan of yours. Really appreciate you coming up to Alaska. And, Senator Manchin talked about going to rural communities and seeing what the frustrations are. You got a heavy dose of that in my state when you agreed to come up in August. Dr. Yeager, you're talking about quick wins, okay? I thought we were gonna have a quick win in Alaska. And, you laid out a plan. One of the things that I emphasized when you came up there to the veterans was, hey, I know you guys are frustrated, but please be calm. You didn't create the problem. You're here to fix the problem. But I need to tell you that now I'm the one getting frustrated because it's been 100 days since you guys were up there. You talked about your 6 points, which I still have here. I appreciated it. Where are they? Here they are, on the Alaska pilot program. And I am getting hit every day in my state. I was on a plane coming down here 2 weeks ago. 3 veterans within a circle of 2 rows on the airplane were complaining to me. And I was telling them, hey, don't worry, we're on it. The VA's got a pilot program. It's gonna have a quick win in Alaska. And then my staff gets told today that a lot of what you told me and committed to me, and I'm telling veterans this in my state, is now not gonna happen. And now we were told this is gonna happen in November, mid-November. Now we're told maybe not, maybe indefinitely it's not gonna happen. No Alaska pilot program. You guys are asking for $13, $14 billion to fix the Choice Act, and you can't even fix it in my state, where Dr. Shulkin, it is a frickin' disaster. So I am a little bit upset, and I've been very measured. I'm trying to be measured here for months. And you saw the way we operated up there in Alaska. You saw the problems. We're not making this up. It is a nightmare. And my veterans, who, by the way, more veterans per capita in my state than any state in the union, it's not funny. They're not being served right. And you guys are making promises that now I'm learning that your staff is walking all the stuff back, all your 6 points. When are you gonna fix the problem in Alaska like you committed to when you were there in August? And why are you walking back commitments that you made to me publicly, that was made here on October 7th publicly about an Alaska plan, all being walked back? And I just don't understand. And on behalf of my veterans, I'm pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what the hell's going on?
So, Senator, first of all, you have been consistent from prior to my confirmation through now. That
even when we saw each other on Veterans Day.
100% consistent that the situation was not acceptable to you. You asked me to come up there. You were absolutely correct about how the veterans felt in Alaska. I understood that.
But you saw the problems yourself.
I did, and you have been a tireless advocate for veterans, and I am not walking back on this.
But your staff was walking back.
My staff, who I bet is watching this right now, is listening to me as I say, we are not walking back on this. I made a commitment to you and to the veterans, and we are going to see this through.
Okay, when?
Now, here's what's been done. Okay, number one, a virtual call center was established, staffed by 25 people who do nothing but answer the phone.
But remember, you said you were going to get people in Alaska. One of the biggest problems that you saw was people down in wherever the heck it was. And scheduling for Alaskans, they didn't even know what they didn't even know that.
We have through Tri-West a virtual call center only answering for Alaska. I said to you, I want people in Alaska scheduling.
And my team was told you guys are not doing that now.
We are doing it, but it required a contract modification to a federal contract, which is a bigger deal than I knew when I came into the government. We are committed to doing that. That is going to be in place. The contract modification happened November 2nd, which is to embed staff in Alaska. That happened November 2nd. Tri-West is now that contract modification happened, hiring staff. They believe they will be in place in 6 weeks. Secondly, the VA Alaska staff have taken their own people and now assign them to be choice people in Kenai, in Anchorage, and in Fairbanks. They have VA Alaska staff that are there helping veterans every day get through the choice program. This is the Band-Aids, but it is being done now to help veterans. And we are not walking back on this plan. It is taking longer than you or I want, and you're right to be impatient.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I think the Alaska plan, what you're trying to do, has implications not only, of course, for my state, but nationally.
Yes.
And I think that you saw the problems, you came up with a plan supposedly to fix it, and now we are being told by your staff that they're going to work on the national issues before they get to Alaska. The whole point, according to our 3 days spending together going throughout the state, was to fix this, look at it as a template. Many of the Choice Act changes were templates from Alaska anyways, and then try to use the lessons that you do fixing the Choice Act in Alaska for the national approach. Now you're talking national, and you're telling me, wait, your staff wait for the national to be fixed, and then we'll get to Alaska. That is exactly the opposite of what you committed to me on.
No, I do not want any of my staff to believe that Alaska is not a priority and that we are not going to do it. We have embedded staff one place prior to Alaska, and it's already happening in New Orleans. But it was because you started it in Alaska, got implemented sooner in New Orleans. We're waiting to hire the staff now that the contract mod's done, and it will be in place. We are going to do this in Alaska, and you're right. Other places around the country have said, we want that. And so we've started the discussions in other places, but the only one that's actually ahead of you is New Orleans right now.
Well, Mr. Chairman, if I can get a commitment from you, Mr. Secretary, on continuing to work with my team to implement what you have already committed to me, we can't wait. And the idea of you guys pushing this back, remember, the commitment was right here. Mid-November, it was all going to be done. It's not done.
Yep. I know the Deputy Secretary and I have spoken about this. He is committed to it. The Secretary's committed to it. He was also in Alaska, as you remember. He absolutely understands what you're talking about. You have never deviated from this. We're not deviating from it. It is taking longer, but that's why our staff in Alaska are doing what they can to help veterans right now. It's not enough, and you're still hearing the comments, and we're going to stick with it. And you know, I don't want to be giving excuses. I only want to fix the problem in Alaska, and we're going to stick at it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I just want to